Chapter 9, Mishnah 6. This Mishnah discusses the circumstances under which olives intended to be eaten and not to be made into oil become prepared for Tumah. If one places his olives on the roof to dry them in the sun in order to prepare them to be eaten as individual olives, even if they are piled to the height of an amma, they are not prepared to become tameh, although liquid surely oozes out of the olives on the bottom of the pile, which are not exposed to the sun and thus do not dry out. The owner is not pleased with this oozing, since he wants the olives to dry. Therefore, the liquid does not prepare the olives for tumah. The next case deals with olives that are not fully ripe. Such olives are too hard to eat. They must first be left to soften, and only then are they brought to the roof to dry. However, if the owner did not immediately bring the olives up to the roof, but he first placed them in the house so they will soften, but he will later take them up to the roof to dry, or rather than putting the olives in the house to soften and then moving them up to the roof, he originally placed them in a pile on the roof to soften, and then he will eat them, or he will spread them out to dry after they soften. In all these cases, the olives are prepared for tumah, because the owner is pleased when the olives ooze moisture, since the moisture softens the olives and makes them edible. In the next case, a person let his olives sit in the house, but not so they would soften. If someone puts olives in the house temporarily, until he is able to make a hut on his roof in which to sit and safeguard the olives, or until he could bring them to another place, they are not prepared for tumah. The owner has no satisfaction from the liquid that oozes from the olives, for he did not place them in the house to ooze moisture, but only to stay there until he can move them.